Another day out at Fonferek Park. It is a windy day today, so I apologize. There might be a lot of wind noise in the video in this. I'll do my best. If it gets too bad, maybe I'll just add some voiceover. But today, we are out here with the Rhino Yue ONE. I believe it's the Yue ONE V2. I'll have to double check that again. But this has been out here before, just briefly. I was mostly out here with the Furitek and brought this as a backup just to play with. But we've done some things different to it for today to try out. First thing is we have switched the shock oil out of the Desert Lizards. It had 10 weight oil, now it has 60 weight oil. I thought that the 10 weight just gave too little resistance. We needed to slow that rebound down just a little bit. We also got the new Furitek Unity 1800 kV motor. So Komodo Unity. And I've been playing with it a little bit. My one thing about it, it does get a little warm, I feel like, but we'll see how it holds up today. All right, with that, we're gonna throw some batteries in. I have some brand new batteries for this thing too. I have some 4S Tattoo, also known as Gen's Ace, same company, Tattoo and Gen's Ace. Tattoo just seems to be more the air batteries, like for the aircraft, and Gen's Ace is more for the land. However, when you're running a rig like this, you want a small battery. So there's a small 4S 850 milliamp hour battery. It's going to fit perfectly on that battery tray without getting in the way of anything. We're going to get this thing hooked up and head on the trail. Let's go. All right, first heading out here into the entryway of Fonferek Park. You'll notice that my rear, well, let's see here. First of all, my rear wheels aren't straight. So we're gonna hear my remote saying center point again and again. And I noticed that it likes to turn to the left a little bit. So the thing with this is that, so these are wheels that came straight from Rhino. I originally had 5 1/4 or 2.2 inner diameter, 5 1/4 outer diameter Mickey Thompsons on these things. I think they're the big knobby, like Baja Pro X or something like that tires, Mickey Thompsons. Forgive me if I'm not saying the right name model of the tire, but that's what I originally had on this rig. They were big. I had them mounted on the Injora super heavy wheels, which was a mistake for this rig. You really want to have lightweight wheels, but heavyweight knuckles for this thing. You want to keep the rotational mass down, but the weight on the portals high. It should already comes with brass, as you can see from these. These are the Rhino Capra axles. So the way this rig is now, most of the parts are the Rhino parts. Things that aren't the Rhino parts, obviously the motor ESC, which is the 2-in-1 Furitek, and the shocks. I went with the Desert Lizards. We have 90mm shocks in the front, and they're either 100 or 110 in the back. And forgive me that I'm not remembering right now which ones they are, but I wanted to try something like that where I gave the back a lot of flex and articulation. And you really can't do longer than 90 in the front because of how short that front drive shaft is. But the rear drive shaft has a lot of room for some long shocks if that's what you want to try. As you can see, it is overdriven. You can clearly see how the rear wheels are being dragged along a little bit while the fronts are doing all the work pulling the thing forward. All right, so let's see how we get through this, because this is definitely wider than my other rigs. Yep, gets through just fine there. Capra axles in the crawling space are the widest axles, at least from what I've seen so far. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something I don't know about that's wider out there. If you know of something, leave it in the comments. It is cold, which means it is sniffling weather, which I apologize if you're going to hear me sniffing on the video a little bit. You know what I just remembered? We didn't set up cruise control. We're going to do that right now. That should be all we need to start it. So get it going. And there it is. cruise control. I love it. If you watch my spooky crawl video, the CJ7, that is the first rig I figured out how to put the cruise control with the fly sky system. And I'm gonna make sure that I assign a button for that to all my crawlers. All right, I'm gonna go down so we can watch this thing descend down this obstacle. This is an obstacle over here, this part that there's not really anything that can get up it because of this big shelf you're about to see as I come around here. So that big shelf right there, you would be very hard pressed to get anything up it. You maybe get something there. But descending, let's see how this does, especially with our heavier shock oil and how that's gonna slow down the rebound and just get the bounciness and springiness under control. Look at that, it's looking very composed. Very nice. Yeah, not bouncing at all, just kind of coming down very nicely. Okay. We're just using front steer for now, as you can tell. No rear steer. We're going to try getting that wheel to drop first. There we go. And you know what's amazing is that, look at that. On that steep thing, you have no sliding. It's just all tires coming into contact, because it has such a high, I guess, high angle inner breakover. That's what it is, the breakover it's called. Yeah, just so much breakover on this thing that you're not gonna slide at all. It's just all wheel contact. So we're gonna try a little bit harder lines today and see how we do. Again, it comes down to the skill of the driver more than anything, and I am beginner to intermediate, probably at best. I'm trying to get better though. So we'll actually drive it down here, nice and easy, come to the edge of the waterfall. And that's kind of a, you know what? That looks like it would be a nice first obstacle to try to climb, because that's a nice steep cliff. So we'll come down here. And that's what I'm talking about right there. All right. We're gonna see if we can't maybe try to go just straight up it with this thing. So there we go. All right. Once again, no issues ever getting the front up. But now, let's see how it does getting the rear up. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, you would not be able to do that easily with a regular crawler, or heck, even like a stance or something like that that's got a angled skid. You would have been sliding and fighting to get up that, but that just walked right up it, no issues. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to see how this thing does. You know what? We're going to come down here, kind of where I am. This is quite a shelf here. We're going to try that next. All right. Again, we're just going to walk it down nice and slow. Look how nice and slow you can crawl with this thing. The overdrive keeping the rear end in check, so providing that little bit of drag. And then look at all that flex we have. You know, I know for competition, I've been told by somebody that runs competitions that they say too much flex is actually a bad thing. And they actually recommend putting like 80 millimeter shocks on a lot of their comp rigs. You know, but I think for just coming out for fun like this, having the flex might actually help and be an advantage. All right, we're gonna see how this does. It's not even a challenge. Wow, that's amazing. You know what, we're gonna go on an even more challenging one. This cliff right here is, and look at that, even with that breakover, it's still all wheel contact. So let's bring it down here. And you know what, we're gonna turn on our four-wheel steering and use our four-wheel post steering to turn around in this tight area. That is so nice. All right, we're gonna turn that off. Now, one thing I see that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge is that we've got that grass there. Oh, okay. All right, bring the front end up, and you know what, we're gonna keep the angle a little bit. All right, so this is probably gonna be our most challenging one yet. Wow. No challenge at all, that huge breakover angle. Look at that. You know what? We're going to try the most difficult line we can here too. So we're going to go right up this here, which on any one of my other rigs would really struggle getting up. And you know what? We came out here with, I think it was the optic, over to my right a little ways, and we were trying to get up that area. Struggled and struggled. I'll pull a clip of that and put that in here. And you just could not get up it with the optic. We're going to see how this thing does in comparison too. And wow, it's not even trying. And it just walks right up it. Oh my gosh, this thing is awesome. You know, you don't really realize how good it is when you're just trying it out by itself, you know, in your living room or something like that. But you take it out here after you've had some experience crawling with other rigs, and you see how much you have to really work to get them to go up some of these obstacles, and how much this thing doesn't have to work. It's pretty epic. You know what? We came down that pretty easily. We're going to turn around and go back up it here. And I don't even care what line we take. We're just going to approach it from whatever angle. Okay. So there we go. Found the grip, got itself up. You know, these Rhino tires are pretty good too. They have a similar tread pattern to the megalithics from J Concepts, which, you know, who knows if J Concepts got that pattern from somebody else, but it's, oh my gosh, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's not fair. There's a reason they call them cheater rigs. Okay, we're gonna come down here because this area right through here and then up to try to get up that, we could not make it up that at this whole thing. We could not make it up this with the H10 optic. I'm pretty sure it was the optic, yeah. And the optic was doing pretty, I know, some people say that the optic is not a good crawler. All right, I understand what you mean, because it's not, it's more of a trail truck. It's designed to be a trail truck. However, I did set mine up to be as good of a crawler as possible and put four-wheel steer on it. And it crawls pretty darn good and is able to take some lines that you would not expect an optic to take. And it definitely killed some lines that, again, because that four-wheel steering really did a good job. So it's, while yes, a regular RTR H10 optic does not crawl well, the one that I have with the modifications I've made crawls really well, and it could not make it up this. So we're gonna see how the Rhino Yue ONE does getting up this. And so far, okay, so the optic was just a challenge to get this far. And now this is the first big cliff that we've got to try to tackle. Okay. So we got to find our grip and get up a little bit. You know what? We're gonna use a little bit of our rear steer here right now. See if that helps us hook up on that bottom shelf to just try to get up there. All right, yep. So we got the one wheel up on the rear. That's key. Now, now you know what? That's the Furitek not doing a job, not doing its job with the what do you call that? The drag brake. Okay, look at that. We're up this far. All right, we're gonna go this way now. Okay, so I see a little bit of an issue here with, I don't want to flip over. So I really don't want to flip over for a couple reasons. First of all, I put a little piece of VHB tape here on the receiver to kind of help protect it a little bit. I had VHB tape going over this whole bridge, but I had to take it off to put in this, and I just didn't cover it up again. But I just really don't want to try, I really want to try not to flip this thing. All right, we're gonna try going up this line instead then, since we moved over here anyway. We're gonna try not to hand to God things as much as possible today. Okay, let's see what we can get here. We are getting a little bit of Let's try turning those rear wheels again. We are getting a little bit of challenge from some of these leaves and grass and dirt not giving us the grip. All right.
Center point.
Let's see if we can't get that wheel up top there onto that rock. No. If I could just get it over. All right, and now. Okay, maybe turn these wheels this way a little bit. No. Bring this up here. Maybe, oh no, you know, the other way. All right, we're gonna crab it a little. Okay, now, oh, what just happened?
Signal lost.
It just cut out. Did I lose battery? I'm gonna have to check. Whoa, and now it just came back on. Okay, so that motor is really, okay. I know I'm letting the phone just hang, but you should be able to hear me. That motor is hot. So I wonder if we just got a thermal shut off. And even if I touch and hold on the transmission, okay, so here, I'll set it down so you can see. So here's our motor. If I, 2, 3, 4, I cannot keep my finger on it for 5 seconds, and that's generally the rule. Look at the pad of my finger, how you can tell that's much warmer from the different color. If I put my finger on the transmission, even the transmission is pretty warm. So I've seen some reports of this Furitek system having some heating issues. You know, I hope that, you know, that's the thing. It's like, it's got the technology like that FOC that's supposed to help it with that. All right, there we go. We got that tire up there. Let's see if we keep this here. Now, we're gonna do this. Okay, so we got it up this far, yes. Now, how are we gonna come out of this? We're definitely gonna straighten our wheels here. And I think we're gonna crab this way to kind of get that rear wheel down and then settle it.
At center point.
Okay. Because I don't like how we're set up here. Okay. Well, it came back on. And now it's running again. So I don't know that there's a battery issue. Like, or at least the power, yeah, like the power having enough charge. I don't, did I bring a battery tester with me? All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just very carefully get around that rock, and then I'm gonna turn this baby around. All right, let's let it sit. Yeah, that thing is warm. So that might be an issue for actual competition if you were to try to compete with this, that if the motor overheats and is like cutting off on you. All right, let's see if we can bring this back up here.
Center point.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try crabbing it that way to force that front wheel back up. There we go. Now we got that up. We're gonna turn the rear wheels the other way. Okay. All right. Look at that. Now, can we get up this rock? Okay, we got the front end up. Now, can we get the rear end up? It's close. It wants to. There is that jagged part sticking out there. So, okay, this is where we're really gonna use our four-wheel steering to kind of position us right where we want to be. Now, okay. All right, we're gonna straighten the rear wheels out here.
Center point.
Okay. There we go. Okay, okay. Take that. We'll take that rear wheel coming up there like that. No? All right, I don't like this. I feel like it's just about to tip. I can get that front end to settle down. No? Okay. Maybe if I bring it this way a little more. You know, I wonder if it's a BEC thing. Ooh. All right, this is kind of wild. Look at this.
Not gonna make it.
What's up, guys?
I've seen some overdrive trail. Like I've seen tire marks.
Yeah, that's this thing. Not gonna make it, he says. Not gonna make it. You've been asking to see this thing for a while. Here it is. All right, let's try. Okay. All right, we got to straighten this out again.
Enter point.
All right, now
Enter point.
we're going to really try to get that rotational.
Enter point.
There. Oh. No, no, you stay. Let's see. Maybe if we try.
Enter center point.
I think that's going to push it off, though. So I almost feel like we got to try to bring this out here. Okay. I want to just get there as far as possible. Now, bring it back.
Enter point.
Okay. Okay. Try to get this right on the edge of that cliff. Okay. Oh, it so wants to go.
Enter point. Center point.
All right, at this point, yep, there it goes. Okay, I'm gonna start here. I think that's fair because we were this far already. Oh,
Enter point.
let's just straighten everything out here. Bring that up, there we go. Now, let's just try going up this way instead. Ha-ha, that did it. Yes.
Enter point. Enter point.
Okay. It's not even fair with this thing. Like, let me just go here, like, hello, how you doing? Excuse me, coming through, thank you. Oh, look at that, you've got the trailing arms.
Servo. Yeah, those are really nice to have. So, I mean, as a ready to run, the Ecto is really...
Element, that's Enduro, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
or Team Associated.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I have an Element Sendero HD I haven't even tried yet.
Oh, really? Oh, they're super fun trucks.
I've heard they're good. I'm gonna break it out one of these days. Well, I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna climb that again. Oh wow! You know what? That must have done something because that's way more controlled right there. All right. Like the fact it just walks right up that is wild. All right, we're gonna come this way.
We call them cheaters for a reason, you know. Like, you're like, why do I call them cheaters? You'll drive on one, and you know why. I think that.
Yeah, I see why. Like, I'm gonna, like, it just walked up that cliff. All right, we're gonna try a crazy difficult. We're gonna try to get up that cliff right there, which is gonna be really hard. Okay, even too difficult for a cheater rig. That's a big cliff right there. I didn't know if it would be able to even get up that, so we'll head on down here and see what we got. There you go. Oh, you got your winch hooked up. Pull it up, pull it up. I haven't ever seen somebody try something like this. Oh, you got that like CJ7 bumper on the front.
Yeah. What are they called? Stinger?
Yeah.
I won that at an auction.
Is that metal?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got a second price. Oh, almost had it. Oh.
I'm surprised that the winch doesn't just literally pull it right up.
A lot of people here say it's crazy. I mean,
People always come around sunset for photography here. Yeah. So what I found the secret to getting up this is you want to get right up along that wall as tight as you can, almost wall right up. And then if you can get your front end turned around to point this way after you get up here, and you got to get your rear driver wheel right on that. And then once you do that, you kind of you're like this at an angle, it'll pull it the rest of the way up and you can come up. Give it a try. Despite me giving Ross that tip on how to get up this ledge with his rig, he didn't make it, and I didn't make it either with the Rhino Yue ONE. So James had taken some.
Oh, you took the rocks away just now?
Yeah. I'm like,
And there you hear it.
Go ahead, just flip it and keep going.
Some wheels weigh so much. I don't even know what kind they are.
He made the obstacle harder.
Holy fuck.
Oh, they're really heavy? What kind of wheels are they?
They're Cross RC. Like,
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, that's why. Cross RC doesn't make
So
anything.
fucking heavy. I couldn't do it. I'm like, holy shit. I was gonna throw some banquet wheels down here. I'm like, oh, skip these.
Cross RC is good quality stuff.
Yeah, some guy had one of them last year, I think, at the.
Yeah, one guy had a Cross RC. Did you see the guy that had the huge red cat?
Fuck yeah, I think it's huge.
I know. I'm gonna try this
yeah,
with this. Because that's what he's right. Like, we had a bunch of rocks like under that ledge to kind of give your rear wheels a little better
chance on a trail truck, but I think he wants to see what this thing does with it.
I took them off right away. Like, fuck it. My truck makes it up there pretty good. Your truck should
It's
make it up there
doable.
pretty good.
It is doable. Like,
I'm not even like really trying right now,
Center point.
but let's see here. We'll do this. Bring the rear steer up.
Yeah, I talked to the main sales girl from Rhino. I've been talking to her for past, like, what, 3 years now, I think?
Yeah.
maybe? And,
Oh.
she hooks me up with everything, man. It's
Oh.
so cool. Like, hey, morning. Good morning, Josh. Hey, look at that, Josh.
Oh shit, my battery came out.
Somebody you want a headset?
Really well run. There you go. Got that rear wheel just about hooked.
Usually it goes up easier.
There you go. No, no, no.
That's fine.
Yeah, all right. Let me give it a shot
First time
here.
it was like, "Room."
Yep.
Second time now.
All right, I'm gonna
Center point.
really get it rotated around here, up along the wall. There we go. That's where we want to be.
Center point.
Okay. Oh, come on.
A little bit of a cock.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, go this way with the rears. There we go. Now,
Which channel do you
stay.
have your wheels on?
3.
Right, mine on the toggle, and then also
Yep.
the other one too.
I find for doing this stuff, it's best to control it all manually.
Yeah.
And I fell. Oh, what was that?
Center point.
I don't know.
Whoa.
Oh, nice follow. Just
Yeah.
on the tires.
All right, we will make it with this thing. All right. Up that far, and there's that rock there that I don't think that rock was there before, but oh. Oh, that came out. Look at that. Somehow that got out of there. All right. It's like, where did that come from? Okay. So we're going to get our approach.
Center point.
There we go.
Center point.
Okay. Just grab up there. Come on.
Center point. Center point.
Oh, wow. Really? Okay.
Center point.
Now, we're going to crab it that way. Nice and easy. Just get up on that rock. Come on. There we go. Come on. All right, I'm going to just try. Getting those wheels as far over as I can that way.
Signal lost.
Whoa. Okay. All right. You're getting moved over there. Oh, look at that. I'm the one that dug that out. How about that? That was my fault. Okay. Ooh.
Center point.
Let's see if I can get over that. Okay.
Of course, nobody saw it. So I was like, no way.
Yeah. All right, wait a second here, because I am really got to get this settled down here. There we go. Got the front end settled down. And that's the issue right there. Doesn't want to. God. Okay. Well, yeah, he definitely made that more challenging, taking those rocks out.
Enter point. Enter point.
I kind of don't want to give this up. I really want to get this because I've gotten with the other trucks. It's just had a little bit more help with those rocks that were there.
Enter
Right.
point.
All right, I'm getting impatient. I'm driving that way. All right, so that doesn't like that right there. So we, nope, it wants to get hung up. There we go. Okay.
Enter point.
All right, good. Now,
Enter point.
okay, try
Enter point.
steering this one right into that rock there. I'm bringing this over.
Enter point.
Man. Whoa. Now I'm getting really twisted up by that one rock. Oh my gosh, okay. This is really wild
Enter point.
how this is going right now.
At this point, I was very much concerned about the motor and, of course,
All right.
getting
Get up there.
frustrated with the fact that I was
Now.
not making these lines and just kind of getting foggy. So ended up trying it a little bit here this last time, and that was it. I believe we move on now.
All right. So much for that.
Enter point.
I'm getting too frustrated driving.
It's wild. So I got up at my first try and then I couldn't do it again.
Let's see now. Look at
It's difficult.
much better.
Oh, there we go. Maybe that's why I couldn't get it.
Yeah, probably.
Enter point.
You weren't able to turn.
Yeah.
Sharp rock.
Yeah, once they start rolling around, you can get high centered
Yeah.
Enter point.
on your pumpkins pretty quick.
There we go. Oh, I'm getting... Holy crap.
Oh,
I'm stuck. Hold on. No, I got it. I think I got it.
so you want to find that out?
What's that sound?
That's his.
It's his?
Yeah. Yes. That is something.
It's not going at all. Whoa. Did the motor?
Oh no. You thought?
I-
feel warm. Is it hot?
It's crazy hot.
It is. Yeah. And now it's just clogging. Holy fuck. It's really warm.
Well,
Unplug your battery and let it cool down for a little bit and see what happens.
yeah. If it keeps doing... I mean, I just bought it, so it's got warranty.
But your Fast and Fun
Things are
business?
No, through well, yeah, I bought it from Fast and Fun,
Okay.
so it would be under return policy. It's under 30 days, I'm pretty sure.
Definitely. It shouldn't be getting that hot either.
I've seen some reports of them getting crazy hot. Yeah, already people are saying it. So, which is unfortunate because they're not the Unity, but the
Battery just died. Oh, never mind.
the 380 size motor that they make
Yeah.
with their I think it's the Lizard Pro or something like that, or no, the Python. It's the Python EAC, and then I'm trying to remember what the motor's called. That thing runs just fine. I've got that on my new rig that I'm building right now, but yeah, this thing's been, I noticed it even just running at home casually. I noticed it was getting pretty warm.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe I couldn't make it up again.
Maybe.
You want me to press the throttle?
Yeah, press that one. That's weird. I don't know. That'll say program, but after how high I got and stuff now, that's really weird.
And look, it's just shaking back and forth.
You have a brand new battery too, right?
That was a new, I brand new charged battery.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be down.
No.
Actually, I wonder if this is what's wild is that this is all still working,
Yep,
but
yep.
the motor's just shaking back and forth. Won't even drive it. Barely.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Huh.
Well, yeah, it's only a little bit.
And it's not that hot right now.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It's cooled down enough that it
Not
would
getting hot either while it's on, you know. So.
right. So it should be going, but
Yeah.
it's not. Well, we only had 13 minutes of sunshine left here at Fonferek Park, and first time out crawling with the Furitek Unity. Got stupid hot. It ran stupid hot. Had several high temperature cutoffs happen with the ESC because it wasn't battery cutoffs. Battery was fine. It was that it detected it got too hot. So Furitek, you know, there might be some work to do on this thing yet. I love the concept. Like the fact that you have a 2-in-1. I'm gotta compliment Furitek. I love their products. They're really good. I use them in several of my builds and cars. Pretty much all of my mini crawlers, 24 scale, have Furitek systems in them. One of my new comp rigs that I'm working on building has the Furitek system that I used to have in this one. That's been good. My drift car has the slide volt combo in it, which ironically has a problem with heat too. It does get warm and toasty. However, hasn't had any high temperature cutoffs or burning out like this. So not exactly sure what's causing that. If it's a resistor or capacitor component in the circuitry, or maybe it's just that they're really trying ambitiously to run as much power as they can through these things, but we're reaching the limits of what is really capable in real world applications. So this thing is set up specifically to make the motor run as easily as possible. We've got the carbon fiber lightweight wheels on, so there's no rotational weight practically. Okay, so no rotational weight really for it to fight. Not like before when I had the super heavy wheels on, and those were going to be a little bit more force to have to move. That's why we went to these. You know, everything is set up properly. Gears are set up properly. You know, everything's lubricated appropriately. Yeah, kind of sad about this. It's still, yeah. Servo BC worked just fine. It's the motor. We'll contact Furitek, see if they'll send us another one. I believe these have a 1-year warranty on them. My friend James was saying that they're really good about getting you a new one out right away. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed our adventure with the Rhino Yue ONE. On that note, what a rig. Struggled with a couple of obstacles that were really difficult. Again, probably due to me as the driver, but also I think due to my suspension setup.
I still have to work on the suspension setup on this thing. I think I should set the rear up for droop to kind of suck that rear end down. You know, the only downside to that is you're gonna maybe lose some breakover, but if you keep it soft, it'll still give it enough to kind of pull up and over. But the fact that it went up some of those obstacles that the other rigs struggled with, and so easily too, I'm really impressed, and I'm excited to take this out and have some more fun with it. So, all right, thanks so much. See you next time on Ultimate RC. Peace.